Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to announce a brand new video series entirely focused on React.js interview questions, explained topic by topic in depth with real coding example. Okay, so this series is perfect if you are planning for a front-end development role, whether if you are a fresher or experienced. And I will be uploading a new video every few days. Each one will covering a React topic in detail like useState, useEffect, and React lifecycle, performance optimization, and even system design for front end also. So this is the first part of the video where I will be explaining useState and useEffect in the depth. Okay, so agenda of this video will be React.js front-end preparation. This is the first part. useState and useEffect I will be explaining in depth. And this video is for fresher, whether for experience, for 5+, 6+ experience. Okay, so in the many companies like Accenture, Infosys, Wipro, these type of questions are frequently asked. So let's dive into the video and see about useState first. So what is useState? useState is a React hook that allows functional component to manage the state. So managing the state, we are using useState. Okay, so it let you to create a local state inside a functional component. So there is a functional component inside that we can use for local. So useState is a local to a function. We cannot use outside of the function. And the syntax will be count. Let's say count is a variable name, so we give in count, set count, and useState, and in the bracket we have initial value. So this will be the initial value. So now we'll see the example in VS Code. So we'll see on the VS. So here this is my app.js component, and there is one counter component I have added. This is a basic button. Okay, and I have created one useState. Okay, useState, this I have defined as an initial value count, and set count will be the after changing it. So I have created one button. On the click of button, this function will execute, and what it is, so it is incrementing the value count +1 in and storing in set count. So if the user is click on the button, the count will increment by 1. So this is the initial value, and this is the updated value. So that is useState. So if I am adding it, let's say I will remove this one. So if we go to the browser, we can see this one. You clicked 0 time. As of now, it is initial value is 0, so it is 0. If I am clicking it, it will update the value by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the useState. The initial value is 0, and by updating it will be changing, adding by 1. So that is useState. Now we'll talk about useEffect. What is useEffect? useEffect is a React hook for handling the side effect. What is side effect? Side effect like API call and all for fetching the data, DOM, manipulation, subscription, and timer. For that we are using useEffect. So we'll see the example of useEffect also, and what is the syntax of that. Okay, so this is my component, and I have added the code for fetching the data. So this is the useEffect. This is the syntax for that useEffect. Then there will be fat arrow function, and in this curly braces I have added fetch. You can use Axios also. So fetch, and that I have added the URL. URL is this one. This is the demo JSON data. For that, this is the URL. You can directly use this JSON placeholder, this URL, and there will be list of users will be there. And I want to only show name and email field on the UI. So from this whole data I want to extract name and email, and I want to show in the UI. Then how we'll do? So we'll go to the code. So this is I'm fetching the data, and then I'm storing whatever the response is coming. So that response there, and we are setting that response in that set data. So that is the data is initial value, and set data is updated value. So I have stored in that data. So my data store is done. Now I want to show to that UI. So how will show? So that is a data.map. Map method we need to use, and this a user, and this is a div where I want to show these two things. First user.name and user.email. So if you save this one, fetching data will, this counter will comment it. Okay, so if you see, and if you go to that UI, we'll able to see the name. I will add the bracket here. So we can see this one. Okay, this is the username and the email we can successfully fetched. So that is useEffect. So you understand useState and useEffect. This is the useState. This is the syntax for that. Data, initial value, updated value. This is the syntax useState. And for useEffect, this is the syntax useEffect fat arrow function, and in the curly bracket we will write all the things. And this is the dependency array. So I'll tell you what is the dependency array. This is, as of now, it is empty, but we can write something here, ABC data, something, loading or something, anything we can write. So that is fetching data.js, and we have successfully fetched the data from the API, and we are showing on the. Now we'll move to the other question that is asked related to useEffect. So in the many interview that they will ask what is the difference between useEffect dependency and no dependency. I told no, in the dependency array, if there is something and there is nothing, then what is the difference between these two? If there is something, then it runs only once after the component is mounted, then only once it will run. But if without the dependency, it will run every time. So that is the difference between if we are adding dependency and without dependency. We'll move to the next question. What does the cleanup work in useEffect? So why we are using cleanup? Okay, so you return a function from the useEffect to clean up side effect. Let's say any API call is happen or any subscription happen. Now we want to unsubscribe that event after some time. So that time we are using cleanup activities. Okay. So that is the second question. We'll move to the third one. What happened if you forget to provide dependency array? Okay, the effect run on every render. If we miss the dependency, then it will run in every render. That will leads to the performance issue or the infinite load. This loop will be run infinitely. So that is all about the useEffect. Okay, hope you like the video. So I will be coming with the next video where I will be explaining other topics. Okay, that's all for the first video. If you like it, like the video and give the comments. If you have anything suggestion, I'll bring the second video very quickly. Thanks all.